Games journalist Ryan Easby declares that Grums should never know a moment of safety or peace in his entire life, all while looking like a complete and utter douchebag. Greetings once again, my friends, and welcome back to the GNRO Minicast. I am your host, Adam Mickelson, aka Drak. I hope everybody's having an awesome day or night when you're listening to this. And once again, we have an awesome story brought to us by That Park Place and John F. Trent. And even though this article seems a tad older than a lot of stuff, well, it's yet another games urinalist showing us exactly why we shouldn't support them and why they shouldn't be doing what they are doing. So I think it still has some merit to it. So let's go ahead and get into this article. Games journalist Ryan Easby, who has freelanced for various outlets including NME, PC Games, The Escapist, The Gamer, Gaming Magazine, and others, declared that Mark Kern, aka Grums, should never have a moment of safety or peace for his entire life. And of course, this is referencing back to the fact that games urinalists, especially Nick Calandra, cannot get over that Grums has been right for a majority of the past few months, where he has called a lot of the bad decisions of the gaming industry and also called the consequences of such, which I promise you we're gonna get into. In a response to Kotaku's senior editor Alyssa Mercante accusing Kern of lying regarding Call of Duty, including transgender-themed bullets as part of its Pride Month gift pack. Really? You did that? I already know you did, God, because I could see the images. You did this. Why the fuck did you do it? I don't know why, but it's just more stupidity that happened during Pride Month, and of course, I expected nothing less. This is why I didn't really involve myself on any kind of social media in the month of June. Easby declared that Kern should never know a moment of peace or safety in his entire life. Mercante wrote, Mark Kern, so let's go ahead and get into our Alyssa voice, shall we?
Mark Kern is lying again. Here's the results of our testing. The skin on any gun other than the special edition M4 have regular bullets. The tracer rounds on the Soul Harvester blueprint seemingly unintentionally apply the skin to the bullets. At one point, only the pink from the trans flag is on them. Okay, and why'd you do it? Mercante's own tweet exposes her lie, given that the bullets were indeed introduced into the game and were available if you have the M4 weapon. Oops! In fact, Kotaku's original coverage written by Ethan Gack and Mercante also noted this, but lied by claiming that Activision did not introduce the bullets. Well, then how did they get put in the game? Because if they didn't introduce it to the game, Alyssa and Ethan, then there's a serious leak at Activision Blizzard, and Microsoft ought to be firing some people for allowing this leak to happen. Gack wrote, Call of Duty didn't introduce this though. So let's see if we have the quote here. Yeah. Call of Duty didn't introduce this though. Unlike all of the grifters cloud chasing off the screen grab, anyone who actually investigated the source of the transgender flag bullets would have quickly realized they're seemingly isolated to one particular skin on one particular gun. It still means they're on the gun! That gun is the M4 blueprint that players received after purchasing Modern Warfare 3. So clearly Activision did introduce the bullets on the M4 weapon. So you've already shown that you're lying, because they did introduce it to a gun. Is it on every gun? No. But you still introduced it! Nevertheless, Easby reacted to Mercante's post, accusing Grums of lying by writing. He should never know a moment of peace or safety in his entire life, I think. Grums obviously reacted to this. Dude, I tweet about video games. Why does this bother you so much? Because you're on the right side, Grums. And they can't handle that. They can continue to not handle it by every single games journalist meltdown that has happened over the course of months that have happened since this article was posted. They cannot handle it. Easby previously called for violence against Grums back in April, because of course he did. He posted, "Soft launching my campaign to kick Mark Kern in the balls." Did your campaign launch? My guess is it didn't, because nobody would give you money. Except all of the people who are stupid enough to give you money. But
They're going to be out of money pretty soon, so I'm okay with that. His call for violence was echoed by numerous individuals in the video games industry, because of course they're all in it. They're all in on it as far as I'm concerned. John Phipps, who hosts Super Deluxe Gamescast, posted, "It's actually based. I donate." Would you donate to Nick Calandra? Like, are you part of the donators for Second Wind that ran the private Discord that doxed Grums and also tried to do a number of other illegal activities? I'm pretty sure you are. Just go ahead and say that. Former Riot Games senior concept artist and current art director at Easy Games, Michael Marino, also approved the call to assault Kern. He wrote, "Agreed, this is A-OK. These are the same butthurt bitches that had problems that when Alyssa decided to challenge the internet to a fistfight and got takers, they immediately ran on little white horses, not big white horses. They think it's big white horses. It's just those little dumbass ponies on little white horses to Alyssa's defense, even though she caused that problem all on her own and showed that there is also such a thing as an internet tough gal." Easby is no stranger to making unhinged comments such as these. I'm not surprised by that in the slightest. Back in March, he posted, "If there's one thing to take away from this last week, it's that gamers don't deserve video games." Oh, really? We don't deserve video games, huh? Just send them to a construction yard or something instead. And what would happen at that construction yard, Ryan Easby? Asking for a friend. Because I obviously wouldn't be there. I have a feeling I know what would be there. And I have a feeling that you would be the one that would have engineered that. And you would be the one that would be going to jail for that. But okay. Yeah, we don't deserve video games, huh? That includes you, dumbass. And that also means that you can't do your job. If we don't deserve video games, then why the fuck do you deserve video games? Ryan Easby? Such dumbass comments. You can encompass an entire class on retardism based on this. Easby has also repeatedly claimed, "You cannot be racist towards white people." People might remember that I have actually put up this tweet in past videos, because it is a perfect example of how stupid and how horribly biased all of these urinalists are, and why they should not be able to do their job, and they should be promptly fired for the stupidity that they continue to interject on a daily basis, while most of regular society doesn't spend more than like 5 hours in a day on Twitter. It's assholes like Ryan Easby that spend upward of 20. And even Elon Musk thinks you're retarded when you do that. He wrote on March 8th, "It's weird. If you were truly based, you'd know it's unequivocally provable that racism against white people doesn't exist." Yes, it does. I've shown numerous times in these videos by using you guys' own words against you, Ryan. It exists 100%. No matter how much of a mob or angry community noters wants you to think, nope, it exists. And racism, by definition, because I'm just that much of an asshole to bring up the actual definition of racism. Racism, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a belief that race is a fundamental determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race, or the opposite. Also, behavior or attitudes that reflect and foster this belief. Let's go into another one, shall we? Racism is a discrimination and prejudice against people based on their race or ethnicity. That's from a site that I'm pretty sure you've used quite a lot, Ryan Easby, Wikipedia. And they stated it very clearly on that one. Cambridge Dictionary, let's try this one. Policies, behaviors, rules, etc. that result in a continued unfair advantage to some people and unfair or harmful treatment of others based on race. So racism against white people can't exist, but racism against black people can? It's all around, dumbass. And if you need me to point this out, then you already are way too far down that stupid tree, aren't you? On March 26th, he wrote, "You can't be racist against white people, pal." Yeah, you can. And also, you can be self-hatred or self-hating towards white people, because I love the fact, and I'm going to bring up dumbass's retarded little picture. You're white, dumbass! So you obviously hate yourself. And yet we are all meant to suffer because you cannot literally get up and look at your reflection in the morning. That's not our problem, dumbass. That's yours. In another post on the same day, he wrote, "Oh, you silly, you can't be racist against white people. I see your mistake." Do you know why I've been referencing this asshole so much? Because he's basically Ethan Klein, and he sounds just as retarded. He also wrote in April, "Alyssa speaks the truth." Well, dude, she's not gonna fuck you, bro. She's not gonna do it. You simply cannot be racist against white people. Yes, you can. The dominant power in the world. Fuck off. Yes, you can. I've shown numerous times that you can, and not just myself, the guy that you want to kick in the dick, Grums, has, which is the funniest part about all of this. So the only reason you're butthurt against him is because he pointed out the facts that you refuse to point out. Not my problem, not our problem. Get the fuck out of this industry. Easby also heavily insulted Kern throughout the month of March and into April. Not surprised by that. March 22nd, he posted, "Mark Kern is a failed games developer turned reactionary who wants to use the Sweet Baby Inc. coattails to reach popularity." Really? Because after looking into Ember and all of the other games that he's worked on, he's been pretty successful. Unlike you, who is still freelance. Yeah, somebody's doing it right and somebody's doing it wrong, and I'm pretty sure it's Mark Kern that's doing it right. And you're just butthurt that he's the one doing it right. And what's wilder is that he's achieving popularity with the exact crowd he wants, bigoted gamers. Oh, fuck off. The only people that are bigoted in this conversation are the ones that need to look in the goddamn mirror. I will continue to say that. Everything that they accuse on their tweets, in their TikTok posts or whatever, it's them. They are literally talking to themselves, and they just don't realize it yet. But the irony is going to sink in so hard when they do, and it will be enjoyable to watch. On 28th of March, he wrote, "Mark Kern is the stupidest person alive, that's all I'm saying. Well, he's more successful than you, so I think he's definitely smarter than you." On April 1st, Easby accused Kern of harassing a journalist. Kind of like how those other journalists were doxing him and wanting his family to suffer? Yeah, I'm still on Mark Kern's side, dude. As well as being a bigot and a misogynist. I would love for them to prove all of this shit. He then called for his followers to report Kern. Oh, there you go. Mobilizing or call to armsing all of your followers because you don't like the fact that this guy exists. On April 4th, Easby accused Kern of being directly responsible for an alleged DDoS attack on Compulsion Games. Fuck off. He wrote, "You can directly trace the current DDoSing of Compulsion Games back to Mark Kern and the Sweet Baby shit." Proof? Receipts? Anywhere in this article? Nope. Okay, you're full of shit. They don't deserve this at all, and I hope the full force is brought down on the people who caused this. Do you want to know what probably brought that DDoSing? Was the fact that actual employees from Compulsion started coming out and saying, "We don't like this shit." And you guys got so butthurt, you DDoSed them and made it look like everybody else did. Guarantee you, it's just going to take us 6 months to be able to figure out that that's exactly what happened. Guarantee you that's going to be what happened, and I'm going to be sitting here just like my buddy Cooler.
Well, I sure hope somebody picks up that phone, because I f***ing called it.
Finally, on April 9th, Easby wrote, "It's very funny that Mark Kern is trying to be the face of an entire movement, but in every single appearance he's made since starting, he's refused to show his actual face." Gee, I wonder why. Is it because if he did, I'm pretty sure he'd have more shooters than Trump has had at the past 2 debates? And all of them would have ties to games journalism? Wonder about that. What do you think of Easby declaring that Grums should never know a moment of safety or peace? Actually, I think this guy has violated TOS so many times, he shouldn't even be on Twitter. And I'm starting to think that with how a lot of these urinalists react, there ought to be a legitimate psychological program to shove these people into, to basically rob them of all social media. They can't do this job anymore. They have to sit there for 90 days. We'll give them 90 days moderate. Really what I'd want to do is give them a solid 6 months, and they just cannot do anything online. They have to basically look back on their actions, and that's the thing, is while they are not online, we basically show all of the receipts, everything they've said, especially in this article, shove it in their face and show just how much of a fucking misogynist, of a fucking racist, of a fucking bigot these urinalists actually are. These people should not be deserving a single minute of our time, and I hope to God Almighty every single time I do these videos that you understand that now. especially when it comes to, I'm guaranteeing you Ryan has done a few reviews. Don't ever trust Ryan Easby's reviews. He obviously doesn't know what a good game looks like because he's so obsessed with what's going on Twitter, he's probably not paying attention to any of the gameplay. So at that point, fuck off, Ryan Easby. And that'll go ahead and do it for this episode. Yes, it's only one article today, but I just wanted to make sure to, once again, show the game's URINALISTs just how stupid they are by using their own words. Much like how everybody else has continued to do so. And Ryan, you deserved it, so much so that every time I hear that stupid-ass argument of there's no such thing as racism against white people, I already have this shit saved, all of them, and I'm just gonna keep on putting them up with your dumb ass right up there in the video so that everybody can continue to laugh at your retarded ass as they continue to go about their day. But that's gonna go ahead and do it for me. So let me know what you guys thought of Ryan Easby in the comments below. Let's have that conversation. I'm pretty sure there'll be a bunch of butthurt Ryan Easby defenders. And all I have to say to you is, give it a year. We're gonna find out that he's like Philip Mewson, who literally couldn't write his own reviews. He had to steal from other people. Oh yeah, he's such a paragon of virtue. Such a paragon of good behavior. Yeah, have fun with that. And if you like the video, make sure to leave a like on the video and consider subscribing, and you can check out some of the other stuff that I do, because believe it or not, the Minicast is just a small portion of everything that I do overall, and I'm pretty sure you'll find something that you can enjoy there. And yeah, also make sure to do these because it also tells our YouTube overlords, those beloved YouTube overlords, that it's okay to have conversations like this. And of course, I will catch you guys next time for the next GNRO Minicast. Until then, take care, my friends.